What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, man. All right, guys, so I will give you guys some updates here with the Whipple scat pack. I came across a little issue with the vehicle, guys, and I will give you guys an update on that. That's why I haven't posted any tuning, full wide open throttle tuning on this vehicle. I bought new injectors for it. I got the AEM wideband gauge, the X series. I have to install the injectors, the gauge, and I'll give you guys the update on the drive shaft. Stay with me. Alrighty, guys, so here's the drive shaft. These drive shafts have a very common problem, guys, with the carrier bearing. The bushing came apart, and this thing was making a thump, 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 thump sound every time I used to accelerate and brake. I couldn't figure out where it was coming from, guys. I thought it was a fucking bearing hub on the front wheel, rotor or something. Further inspection, guys, this is what I came up with, man. So Dodge, on these, most of the people, they have to replace them because they have like a press here, a gear that doesn't let you take them apart, the drive shaft. So this is most likely like a solid drive shaft. In order, you have to break that, but I didn't want to mess with none of that, guys. So I was gonna buy a DSS one piece 4-inch aluminum drive shaft, but I found a solution, guys. They sell a bearing. It's a 2-piece carrier bearing. I'll post a picture up here in just a bit so you guys can see that. So they sell that bearing and it replaces this, guys, and it runs pretty good. I mean, a lot of people have good feedback on it. I mean, they use them in Audis and other kinds of vehicles that use this same drive shaft style drive shaft. So that's going to be coming in on Tuesday, guys. Once I get that installed, I'll update you guys on see how it runs. But let me show you guys the injector. Okay, so we got the new gauge, guys. These are the new parts that I was waiting for. The AEM wideband gauge. This is, I'll give you guys, there we go, AEM 30-0300 X series. There it is, guys. This will be going on the scat pack, so we can get some accurate air to fuel, and we could go wide open throttle, man, make some good power. Of course, I buy everything from HHP Racing. No, I'm not sponsored from them, but I do buy a lot of parts from them, and also MMX. If you guys are listening or seeing the video, sponsor me. And these are new FIC 1000cc injectors, guys, for our scat pack. There they are. So I will be replacing these on the scat pack. I have some 65-pound injectors on that one. Those are Bosch injectors, but they're going to be replaced by the FIC 1000s, guys. I also bought the this little cable to be able to run your Intune i3 and get your wideband feedback, so you can be able to do data logs with the Intune i3. They sell it at HHP as well. Also bought the center torque converter bearing or spacer or whatever it is. This is for the stock ones. On the new 6.4 BGE block, they didn't come with it because I'm using the 1320 converter, and the front thing that mounts here on the stock converter, it's that size, and on the 1320 converter it's all this size, so you have to take this off. You're gonna use a 1320 stock converter on a 8 HP 70 charger. So I bought that just in case, guys. But let's get down to some stuff. Something I'm gonna point out, guys, somebody's looking for JLT code their intake. I got this one for sale. Comes with everything you guys need. Comes with a box. I mean, the filter's good. It's just dirty. I mean, I already cleaned it up, but it's just dirty. I need to put some oil on it. Also got the stock engine covers for it. I mean, the stock fuel rails. I got 2 pair of injectors, the 42-pound injectors and the 65-pound injectors, guys. 65-pound injectors are for E85 as well. Maybe, guys, $200 for this. Maybe $100 for both. Another $100 for these, and for the 42-pound injectors, give me $250 if you guys want. And for the 65-pound injectors, $400. So you guys let me know. Hit me on Instagram at Boosted Live 294, or send me a DM here on the comments. Alrighty, guys. So I'm gonna start off by having to remove a couple of tie straps that I had. Pick up the little coolant lines for the supercharger, so I can have some space, because that's where the bolts are. Hey, look at a mosquito right there. That's where the bolts are for the fuel rails, guys. There's another one on this side. You guys can see it. It'll be back. So that's what we're gonna do, and then we're gonna start changing the injectors. We got our first batch of injectors out, guys. I mean, the bolt on the back, it's a little bit difficult to get, but I mean, it's nothing that you can't do. So we are the 64-pound injectors from Bosch and our new FICs. We'll just match them up side to side, see if they're same length, and yes, they are same length, different capability of power. So I'm gonna start putting these on, guys, and we'll move to the next. Right, so our second side is out. Just make sure, guys, whenever you get them out, make sure the seals come with them. Sometimes they get stuck on the bottom or on top of the fuel rail. Make sure you get them all out. And we're gonna put the other 4 last ones on our passenger side, lube the little seals, and we should be good. So we're done with injectors, guys. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start running the wire. And we got that rubber grommet by the firewall close to your brake booster. So that's where I'm gonna run the wires through. And I already took this little panel off. It just pops in. Just gotta put a screwdriver in. Make sure you get the don't mess up your little plastic here. But push it out. We're gonna let these bolts go, and we're gonna put this down, guys, and we're gonna have some access to that entrance so we can start running our wires. If somebody knows where I can get a pillar gauge, I mean, I saw one, but it's very expensive. Somebody knows where I could get another one, cheaper one, I mean, just let me know in the comments. Alrighty, guys, so on the next step, I took out the 2 bolts on this side. Then you got these little push pins. All you gotta do, put your screwdriver up here, push it a little bit back. Do the same on this side. There it is. And just be careful putting them off. You got some wires, connectors, you gotta disconnect these in order to pull the panel down. But I mean, it looks pretty good. Got my vice grips here because, you know, I got the car leveled up and it's a little bit inclined from the back, and this bitch was hitting me right here. So let's keep on going. So this is our O2 sensor, guys, for our wideband. This is the plug for the into and the wideband and the 5 bolts and all that stuff. And this is the O2 wiring that's gonna come up through the firewall. And this one we'll just put right there on the bottom. Okay, so on the wiring, I mean, I could get the power from the back 12-volt source, or I could get it from here. I could get it from this side, from this one. This runs to my my intercooler pump. I could get this one over there. As soon as there's ignition, it's gonna come on. That's the way it runs on this one. Might run it from here. I don't know, go through here to the back and hide it down there. Ground it. I'll ground it over there on the bottom by the frame. I'll show you guys where I might. I'm just getting ideas for now, but I think that's what I might do. I mean, we got enough grounds here, so we could just ground here. Got the wires gonna come out on this side, and I'm gonna leave as much slack as I could on the bottom, because I gotta have my mid pipes on, so you guys can see. There's my wideband gauge for now, because like I said, the drive shaft's not on. So we gotta get that fixed. Alrighty, guys, so I'm gonna start wiring up. I mean, I already did, but the cable for the Trinity and into N3 Diablo Sport device to be able to reach your wideband gauge. So this is the wire that comes from the wideband gauge, guys. In this series, I don't know the rest, but on this one, 300300. So as you guys can see, there's 3 cables that come from the Diablo cable. So it's a thin black one, a red one, and a ground. It's the thicker one. And on the cable on the harness for the wideband, there's a couple of them. There's blues, greens, whites, your ground and your power, and you got the white and brown. So this is how it works on this series, guys, like I said. So the thin black cable from the Diablo Sport goes to the brown one coming from this harness of the gauge, and the red one goes to the white one coming from this one to this red one, the white one on this one, sorry. So that's how it is. And you got your ground and your power, and of course the ground. So these 2 are going to go together to the chassis, and this is going to be the 12-volt source that's going to be coming from the battery. So that's how you wire this up, guys, to be able to read your wideband gauge. Alrighty, guys, so I got the gauge installed already. I'm gonna show you something I did. There you go. You got your fuse for your intercooler pump. You got your fuse for the wideband gauge. Run it through the bottom, all the way through this side. Can't see it. Over there to the back. I'll show you guys the interior. Everything's back on. I got them running through here. Got the ground from this side. I didn't show you guys. I was running out of time, and the Cowboys played against the 49ers, so I gotta see that game. And we got the gauge up here. I'll power up the vehicle here just so you guys can see. Wow, that thing's gonna come on, but it's okay. So as soon as it's the AC comes on, gauge comes on as well. So it's hitting the cycle of the wideband gauge. Then I'm gonna see if you have to calibrate this to atmosphere air, and then you gotta install them in. But it's already connected, guys. There it is. I'll find the pillar gauge soon, so I can get the boost gauge, fuel pressure, and the wideband. And also, this is my Diablo device to be able to. I spare a little bit of wire in it. If I need to loosen up a little bit more, I'll just throw it back in there. Sometimes I just put my Diablo over here on this side and leave it there whenever I'm tuning. But there it is, guys.